Hey everybody, this is Wavetune and welcome back to episode 8 of my demon journey in Geometry Dash. Today, we'll be looking at demons 71 to 80 that I beat. So, without further ado, let's get into it. My 72nd demon was possibly Zender Game's best, Neon 18. As with most Zender Game levels, the design is amazing and the theme is brilliantly carried out. All the designs and backgrounds fit perfectly with the futuristic Neon City theme, and the song's amazing for it too. Apart from the brilliant design and graphics, the gameplay is really fun too. The gameplay, apart from being really fun, is also not that hard. I would give it Easy Demon if it wasn't for its length, a very generous 2 minutes 52 seconds, making the level all the more amazing. This boss is definitely the hardest and probably the coolest part of the level too. It syncs perfectly with the music and the attacks are creative and there are a lot of them. The kind of TV screen design is amazing for the theme as well. In terms of design though, you don't get much better than this. This is insane. Here there's another boss and it's a really creative one. You have to hit all the custom jump rings to get rid of the obstacles that try to hit you. Now I'm not sure if I'm missing something important here, but I don't really understand this animation, so if anyone does and sees some secret hidden meaning behind it, then please tell me in the comments. But for now, on to the next part of the level. In this kind of break part, the music, designs and gameplay calm down a bit. You can see that the designs seem a bit empty and rushed here, but it's the only part of the level where that does happen. From here on out, it only gets better. This build up and drop is one of the best I've ever seen. I love how the design goes white, liney and minimalistic, and then changes in an instant to the other design, but keeping all the features as if it was just an overlay. The design here though, and all through, doesn't lose any of its awesomeness or perfect theming. Nor does the gameplay become any less fun, cool, or well synced. I did actually die in the final stage here at 93% to be exact, but somehow not that or the original winning attempt did record. Luckily I managed to rebeat it on recording only a few attempts later. Overall, one of Zender Game's best and not too hard either. If you haven't already, you should definitely go and play it. My 73rd and 74th demons were aqualased by Felix Ram in normal and weekly. I have commented on this level before when I compared it to I Promise in Wavetune Weekly 7. You can check it out in the top right here if you haven't already seen it, but I'll just go over it again here. The design and sync are already great here at the start of the level, and at the build up it only gets better. But here, the design is mainly grayscale, and at the drop, that will all change. As you can see, the level went from grayscale and quite boring to bright, colourful and full of glow in a matter of seconds. But actually, the design hasn't changed at all. It's still the same grayscale as before. However, the pulses are what really does it. The constant, brightly coloured glow pulses make the level so much more exciting and they're synced perfectly to the music. So, as a matter of fact, is the gameplay. It's so fun and well synced that makes it one of the best I've ever played. Now there's a style change and it's a big one, but it doesn't make the level any worse, better even. Instead of being focused on the foreground and pulses, the level is more focused on the amazing background, with the pulses being well incorporated into it and the foreground black like a silhouette. Here, there's a more design-based style change which is still really cool, but you can see the level kind of coming to an end. After that, there's just a really annoying normal and dual wave spam, and then the end of the level. There are only a couple of double spikes to complete before you finish. At the end, an end screen or even a little logo would have been nice, but you can't have everything. Overall, possibly Felix Ram's best, and that's saying something. Definitely play it if you haven't already. This level is probably one of my favourite games, and not just because of the stickman. This design here is amazing. It's just so smooth and bright and colourful, and all the effects are perfectly carried out. The gameplay and sync are on point here already. The stickman might be a joke and pretty stupid, however, I really like the idea that it is used for sync as well, and fits with the music. Here, both the design and gameplay only get better. The gameplay is really fun all through this, although I don't think it's quite Demon. I would say it's more insane 9-star, although the amazing sync and the fact that it's pretty easy to sight read and learn add to this. This part is amazing, how it changes to all modern and minimalistic with just a quick transition, and changes the ball texture too. From here on out though, it's probably a 6 or 7-star, because most of the gameplay is just tapping to the beat, but somehow it's still really fun. Also, I did beat this when it was unrated, but it has since been rated Easy Demon. I love this part how it all syncs and builds up to the end of the level, but I did almost die at the very end. And a really awesome end screen to top it all off. Overall, an amazing Easy Demon, and you should definitely go and beat it if you haven't already. My 71st and 76th demons were a great one by Enzor called I Promise. The design is pretty glow-based, but unlike a lot of people, I don't mind that. I think it adds to a level really well, and enhances the colours nicely. You can definitely feel a build-up here with the gameplay and music getting more hectic and intense. I really like this slightly trippy, well-synced rocket section. After this little start section, you can definitely feel that the drop is here. The design is great as before, and the gameplay is pretty fun, but I think it's a bit unbalanced. For example, here, from the start of the drop, it's pretty hard but matches its medium demon rating well, but everything from here on out is basically harder 7-star. Don't get me wrong, it's still fun, well synced, and the design doesn't lose anything. I just think the gameplay should probably be a bit harder and more balanced throughout the whole level. This has to be my favourite section from the level with the really nice glitch effect and awesome design. The design here is nice, and then there's some amazing art of a flower. This level is also a collab with Kurokawa, and his and Enzor's styles match perfectly. The level does a really good job here of speeding up with the music and rushing chaotically to the end. And to finish it all, there's an amazing end screen. Overall, a pretty fun collab with awesome design. You should definitely go and check it out. My 77th demon was probably my hardest one and definitely the one I'm most proud of, 9 Circles by Zobros. This is possibly the most loved demon in Geometry Dash history and probably also the most remade. I've beaten 3 9 Circles style demons before, those being Problematic, Ultra Paracosm and Infinite Circles, but I never ever thought I'd be able to beat the classic by Zobros. But I did, and it took me the most attempts any level ever has, 6,656. But now, on to the level itself. The design is some of the best 1.9 has to offer, and the drop is just amazing. This flashing colour pattern with the wave was so unique, that's probably why it caught on, and with only 4 colour channels which were in 1.9, that makes it all the more amazing. This level definitely improved my wave skill a ton. It's got everything the mode has to offer: normal, mini, upside down mini, and all those again in duo. The level definitely deserves its hard demon rating, at least. Some people might call it insane, but I'll stick with hard for my opinion. I was also extremely lucky to not die after this point, even under the extreme pressure of the annoying last cube. And there it was, 9 circles complete. To date, probably still my hardest demon, although that might change soon. The gameplay, but especially design, were really great and unique for the time, but I mainly beat this for the achievement, and I'm so glad I did. My 78th demon, an absolutely amazing one called Breaks by Blue Rims, is again one of my favourite demons in the game. The brightly coloured glowy theme here, remotely similar to Aqualast, is one I love, and it's executed really well here. But now, insane flashing lights warning, get ready for the drop. The drop is executed perfectly, with all the glow, gameplay and sync on point. I think the black and white pulses are maybe a little bit overdone, but everything else is just perfect. The gameplay, especially in the earlier sections of the drop and before, is quite a bit easier than it looks, but I'd still stick with the easy demon rating for difficulty. I love this song and it fits really well with the theme here. The ending is nice and chill, as it should be, but the effect in the background, which goes into a nice cross, is so satisfying and very well done. Overall, a really amazing, not too hard level that you should definitely go and play if you haven't already. My 79th demon was a really cool one by jghost217 called Bitbreaker. I'm not a huge fan of the song, but I do have to admit it does go well with the futuristic computery theme. This wave part especially, but the whole first section really, does take a bit of getting used to as it can be quite annoying, but it's okay overall. This part's better though, and from after here, it's mainly plain sailing to the drop. I really like the multiple style changes and minimalistic design in this level. This background and design especially is really cool. This transition and the first part of the drop can get quite annoying, but it's actually pretty okay. The drop overall is also quite short, so it's not that hard once you complete the first few parts. Overall, a pretty nice, relatively easy, well-themed design level that you should go and check out if you haven't already. After probably one of my stupidest fails ever, and that's saying something, I eventually beat my absolutely amazing 80th demon, Rain Dance by Funky. It goes with his typical amazing style, focused more on the foreground and design, and really bright and neon. The background somehow doesn't seem empty at all though. This level was also a collab with another awesome creator called Nemphis, and their styles work really well together. The song and sync are amazing. You can definitely see a build-up happening here, and the drop doesn't disappoint whatsoever. The same awesome design, gameplay, and some really nice and clean effects in the background continue throughout the level. I'll just leave the rest of the drop on for you to watch and enjoy. Anyway, that is going to have to be it for this week. I have already beaten 90 demons, so expect Demon Journey episode 9 in the not too far future. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll come back next week for more. But until then, I'll see you next time.